by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever. I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
There we go. Hey, guys. We are here live at Texas Archery. We are filling in for Nadia and Julia today, or this morning. We had to, they wanted to shoot, right?
Yes.
But welcome, everybody, to the Texas Ringer. This is the first time we've ever run something like this. And it's really kind of an interesting shoot. Different. Yeah. The one thing I wanted to do was come up with a tournament that was different than everything else.
Oh, it's that.
And and so far I've got a lot of feedback of I hate this target.
Yeah. I think everyone has said they hate this target.
But what we've got is go ahead, girls, go ahead and zoom in on just one of the targets, maybe a single spot, or it doesn't matter. The girls are going to go ahead and get one.
It's on either target, bales 1 or 2.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to go ahead and do a 5 spot for us. So go ahead and switch that 5 spot. They're still trying to get that camera set up. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and explain the scoring once they switch over to the
whacked out
target. There you go.
Oh, look there.
Yeah, Wendy, go ahead and.
All right, so that center spot, there is a big white circle, and then there's a circle inside the circle. If you hit anywhere in that circle without touching the line, so if you look at the top left, there's 2 shots that are not touching the line. Both of those would score 7. Now you can see there is one that's touching the line. Since it's touching the line, it lowers that score to a 6. Now anything outside that line going to the blue is going to score 5. Anything in the blue is going to score a 4. Anything else is a miss.
Yep. So go ahead and switch over to a single spot for us, ladies. We have Desiree and Jacqueline helping us today, and they're handling the cameras and the scenes. Look at this. They're doing a great job. There we go. We'll let it focus for a second so we can see it. Well, wow, that one, there's so much blue, you can't even see the back up.
So there is a line inside that white part. It is just like
back
on
away
the
just a little
spot.
bit. Maybe it'll come to us if the...
Nope.
Hold on. Let's let it focus. Nope. Man, that blue kind of washes everything out, doesn't it?
Yes. So there is a circle inside that white. So it's just the same. If they shoot anywhere and they hit anywhere inside the white circle inside of the white circle, it is a 7, and that is if it doesn't touch a line. Then if it touches the line in that white spot, then it goes to a 6. If it goes anywhere in the white spot between the blue line that we cannot see and then to the blue, that is a 5. Then look at that next ring. It is so wide. That is a 4. Anything inside there would be a 4, then a 3, a 2, and then if you hit paper, you get a 1.
Yeah, it's a little different. Yeah, normally it would be a miss if you just touch the paper, but when I first got the targets, I was like, something does not look right. And every one of those rings is actually a different size, so it's smaller on the outside and get bigger, and then it goes to the center.
Yes.
We've already started scoring, so let's go ahead and take a look at the archers. Looks like we have a couple archers still on the line.
And I do want to mention this is a archery game that they play in Michigan.
Yep. So I heard about this this tournament when I was at Nationals, and they were saying, hey, I was talking about how I want to do something different, and somebody says, well, they do something different in Michigan. They have a different target where they score. It's like a 5 spot, but they score, a 7 if it's an inside out. And I was like, oh, I got to look into this. So I did. I looked into it. I figured out some of the rules. I think I've got all the rules down.
You sure?
I think. And then they have this special target that they use that doesn't have an X in the middle. I'm thinking, man, this will be a lot of fun because, if you don't shoot an inside out X, then you're still in, you're not out of the tournament. If you don't,
right.
If you can still come back even from a bad shot in this one. But what guys are telling me is it's still frustrating because if they hit the line, they felt like they just dropped a point. So they got a 6, and when they felt like it should have been a 7.
Because it's very similar to the Cywatts that we shoot here, the 5 spot, and but it does not score the same at all.
No, it
it's
doesn't.
Not similar at all in the scoring.
It's so funny how the 5 spot shows up super clear.
It does, and then you go to the single spot and you cannot see that little thin blue line there.
I guess the camera just doesn't know what to do with that that target. Just too much blue. It just washes everything out. We have a couple youth helping us with cameras this morning, and we have one that's actually controlling the cameras. So we have 2 cameras down there, one that faces the archer and one that faces the targets, and they can control those remotely, which is really cool because you can see, like right here, it's a great picture. You have a picture of Noah, and you have a picture of his target that you can see he's shooting. So we'll get to see, right now he has 2 7s and a 6. So Noah's at full draw right now. And you'll be able to see that next arrow come in. There you go, another 7. Really good shooting for Noah. This class has 10 archers in it, I believe. And that means that there's going to be 8 that will make it to the finals tomorrow. And it will be a shoot-up process. So what these guys are doing is there's a qualifier. This is a qualifier that some shot last night. About 24 shot last night. Today will be the rest of them. We're right at about 78 archers that are participating. We will... at the end of today, we'll know who the top 8 are. So if you're watching this, you'll be able to go to eyesonscore.com, go to Texas Archery, and you'll be able to click on the Ringer, Texas Ringer, and there you'll be able to see the scores. And so if you are in the top 8, you get to come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and shoot. Everybody shoots at 9, and then when we get to the final 3, then we're going to go ahead every 30 minutes, basically. We're going to have a shoot up to see who are those top 3.
So we're going to be here all day.
We will be here all day. Let's see.
So what we're looking at here, at the target in front of us, you see there are 3 arrows. Each one of those scored a 7. That top left one, I believe, is touching that line. So it is going to be a 6. I believe this is Lewis's target. He's at full draw. There we go. It was most definitely. Oh, that one could potentially be a 6.
He's shooting micros, so he's giving himself a little more of a chance to shoot.
We thought about it, and then we didn't.
Yeah, Ryan thought about it for a second, and he's like, you know what? It really doesn't matter. He's just going to shoot his 23s because that's what he's going to have to shoot moving forward anyways,
Yeah.
And so might as well get used to those arrows going into
Right.
Cywatt in 2 weeks, which will be here at the first Cywatt will be here at Texas Archery. If you haven't signed up, go sign up. I believe we're over half,
Yeah, we haven't
half
signed
full.
up yet. That whole pick who you want to shoot by thing is just like throwing us
It's
off.
not who you shoot by, it's where you want to shoot.
Which boils down to who do you want to shoot by. Yeah.
So we tried, there's a couple of things we're trying different here at Texas Archery. And,
Scott doesn't ever want to do things.
One thing that I like to do is I
time.
want to offer cool new things. And so I
Cool.
was at the movie theater. We went to the movie theater. We don't go to the movie theater very often. And we went there, and there was a kiosk, and it let us pick
Your
seats.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
hadn't
like-
been in a while.
I was like, wow, this is awesome. This was a couple years ago, and I said, this is what our archery needs, is to be able to allow you to pick your spot. If you pay
I'm
first,
so glad you didn't say pick your seat.
yeah, pick your spot. And so I coined the word pick your lane. And so when you sign up, what you're doing is you're signing up and you're paying for You're paying for your spot, but that gives you the ability to pick your spot. And there's premium spots, ones that are in the middle, I believe, are more premium. Some would disagree because I know some like to shoot off to the side away from everybody. We have a left-hander that likes to shoot on target 1 facing the wall. He doesn't want to face anybody.
Right.
So that's easy because he picks that spot. Nobody wants that spot.
It used to be my girl would like that spot.
Yeah.
Now she has friends. Like she's got a girl posse down there today.
Yep.
Like they're walking back together right now.
Yeah, you can see.
Nadia, Julia, Peyton. Oh my gosh. That's trouble right there.
Yeah, it is. I should have put Ellie over there with that group.
Right?
I didn't. I just thought about that. The system.
Poor Ellie. Who is she shooting with? She's got a girl over there.
Yeah. We've got John Michael down there in the red shirt with the gray hat.
Is he judging today?
He is. Well, he's actually doing the times.
Yesterday I was told.
That is a good call. I didn't have anybody down there judging,
last
so we
night,
may have to.
Yeah, last night I was told that, judging meant that you had to run the clock. So if you're running the clock, doesn't it go that way too? If you're running the clock, you got to judge.
I think somebody's coming over here for me, so let me, I need to step away for a second.
That's okay. I know how to mute him. All right, we've got Nadia here. Just got to full draw. Mom and Dad are both here watching her today. Glad to have them. All right, so that top left arrow is a 6 because it is touching that line. If you have not seen a Siwat, you're looking at pretty much the same target, except the scoring lines are different, but it looks very similar. Scoring is quite different on a Siwat. It's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, depending on what you're shooting, if you're shooting a 5 spot or a single spot. Siwats are all the way across Texas. Well, they're called all the way across Texas, but they pretty much stop at the middle of Texas. They're a lot of fun to shoot. Here at Texas Archery, we try to make them a lot of fun. Everything we do here, we try to make it fun. It is. There's Matthew Parmenter, top-notch archer right there. Shoots on a national level. So talking about Siwats and to shoot your way across Texas and talking about doing things here at Texas Archery, we believe in being serious. We believe in when you go to shoot, you shoot. But also, if you're not having fun, you're pretty much doing it for the wrong reason. And it becomes more of a chore, not even a job, because I believe a job is something you should enjoy as well. So we are going to be shooting 12 ends, 5 arrows each. When we get about halfway, we'll probably take about a 5-minute break, depending on where we are on time, because the next line is at 1 o'clock. Mr. Jason Brewer in his nice Texas archery shooter jersey. We're glad to have him here. Dakota in his new Hoyt shirt. Taking a look at each other's targets. There's one of our Bowtechs right there, Lewis. Great guy, very patient. My daughter requires a lot of help, and he is always very patient with her. So if you have a kiddo, or you have an adult that's a little high maintenance, or you are an adult that's a little high maintenance, great Bowtech to go to. I don't know what I'm saying, because all of the Bowtechs here at Texas Archery are top notch, and they all seem to be quite patient. Raymond, we have gone to Raymond for years. Whenever we set up my daughter first bow with her first sight and scope. And she went from pins to a scope. Raymond was the one who did that back in 2017, I do believe. Might have been 2018, but right around there. We've got Richard here as a bow tech. He's phenomenal. I can tell him something over the phone, and he can tell me what it is without even seeing the bow. I think you have to be pretty awesome to be able to do that. We also have Tracy Trigg that comes in sometimes and fills in. Great person. And then we have Joey. I cannot forget Joey. Joey's pretty awesome. He's got a lot of personality. We love that about him. That's like family when you come here. I told somebody a while ago, I think the worst thing about Texas archery, the one bad thing is cell phone connection in here. But you hook up to their Wi-Fi and you're good to go. All right, so I see one arrow in the 5 right there. Looks like a 4 and then 2 of them in the 3. On this target, you can almost see that blue thin line in there. It's the same as a 5 spot. It's just not showing up as well. We have several youth archers shooting this morning. So glad to have youth shooting with us. That's the future of archery. There are at least 7 youth archers down there today. And that's just this morning. We have a lot of archers down there that act like youth. Wasn't wrong. Mr. Ellis down there. Glad to see him here. There's my girl with her new Hoyt. Lewis taking a look and see how things are going. She got 1 7 in there. The rest of them look like 6s. All right, they're going to go down and score again. We're thankful to have John Michael down there on the clocks. We are shooting clocks today. I'm thinking some of our archers are not updating their scores. All right. You can see those scores rolling on the screen right there. You can also find them at eyesonscore.com. Whenever you click on eyesonscore.com, you can find the Texas Ringer. Click on that, and you can watch the scores on your phone, on your computer. You can join in the fun.
Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car, take it tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll.
All right, we're going into the next scoring round. As you saw Scott coming back from the target, you saw him with a tablet in his hand. You can kind of see it now. We are looking into, Raising an Archer is looking into purchasing a few inexpensive tablets for youth archers to use. Now, most of the time, whenever you go to a tournament, you go to a really large tournament, they have tablets for archers to use. With this app that we're running, Eyes on Score, we don't really have to worry about that too much because it can be used on a phone. Anyone who has a phone can be a scorer. Now, where we have run into a little bit of difficulty with that is whenever you've got young archers. So archers who may not have their own phone. Archers whose parents are similar to me, that we worry about the safety, and so we don't allow them to have all the access to just about everything. So they may not have access to getting an email, getting updates from text numbers that they don't know, those kinds of things. So Scott has started looking into a few inexpensive tablets to be used during a tournament. And that way, these young archers would not have to worry about having phone access during a tournament. They would be able to use this tablet during the tournament for Eyes on Score. All right, you see Matthew there kind of loosening up before he goes into his next shot. Taking a look at the target. He's at full draw. That one was a 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that one is a 6. It is touching the line. Looks like we have a 6, 5, 5, 4. I'm not real sure about that top left one. It may be touching the line, which would give him a 5 instead of a 4, because whenever you're shooting, it only has to touch the line of that next highest point. Practicing his shot, visualizing it in his head. He's thinking about it. This is one young man that knows what it takes to get the right shot. He didn't like it. He let down again. He's not feeling right about something. You can see it on his face. You can see it in his shoulders. The best thing to do when you're not feeling it is to go ahead and let down. All right. I tell you, he knows what to do. That last shot was a 7. He is one to watch. All right, one of our traditional guys here today, coming all the way in. He drove in from Austin this morning. I believe his wife is shooting this afternoon. If you have listened to our podcast with PJ, he is one of the guys with the trad group. He's a great coach. And so these guys are awesome to watch. Sorry, I think I start to hold my breath whenever someone's at full draw. I can see why my daughter does it now. She said, Mom, I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing stars when I shoot. Okay, well, that's not good. And Adam Guggesberg says, are you breathing? She goes, I don't know. Yeah, she was holding her breath and not breathing. It's amazing. She didn't see stars after that. So you're seeing some vibration with the camera. I figured this out yesterday. We couldn't figure out what was going on. We have seen no vibration in the camera that gets that shot. And these are fairly new cameras. We use them through our indoor 3D shoots. Well, whenever you shoot 3D, you're shooting animals. Please, they're foam animals. I don't need PETA calling me up and, talking about us shooting animals indoor. But they shoot the animals that are on the floor. And therefore, there are no arrows hitting the wall. Yesterday, it dawned on me. I said, wait a minute. It's every time somebody hits the targets. So the targets are attached to the wall. The camera is attached to the wall. We have vibration. So we already know what we're going to do to fix that. Just being at 9 o'clock last night, 9:30 last night, we couldn't go ahead and fix that, and having a 9 o'clock shoot this morning. So everyone was here about 8 to practice and everything. But we will get that fixed, and it will be rectified, and there will be no more vibration. All right, we've got Mr. Ellis here. I always think that is the weirdest shot whenever it looks like they're going to shoot me. There we go. Got Lewis right beside him. Lewis didn't even have time to sight in this morning. He came in hot this morning and didn't think I think it was his rest didn't look right. I don't know. He had to level it out and then just walked in here to do his first 2 practice ends, I believe. You just got to do what you got to do. I'm not real sure about that last shot. It caught the line. Ooh. So that one will be a 4. And our archery friends, all of our competitors are walking down to check out their scores. And then they will return again and begin once more.
Closer to mine, you got me feeling like there's no one else.
All right, we are going into our next scoring round here. I like to see the laughing. Check that out. So when we talk about fun shoot, I guarantee you they're all ribbing each other. There's all kinds of smack talk going on. All right, that right there is going to be a 5. Here's Dakota. His slime green bow. He has some exciting news. If you want to hear about that, then tune in on November 1st for our next podcast. Our next podcast is with Kat and Dakota, both of them USA Archery coaches. Sorry, see, there I went again, holding my breath. Dakota right there with 4 7s. I got an archer here. He has a 7. Six and a 5. Here's Miss Nadia. We're so glad to have her that she moved recently from Louisiana. Oh, look at that Texas archery on that bow. Looks like she has 2 7s, 2 6s. And a let down there. She didn't like that one. Perfectly okay. Just like we saw Matthew Parmenter, where he went ahead and went to full draw, and then he let down a couple of times because he just didn't like it, didn't feel it. You want that bow to settle. That will score a 5 for her on that one. All right, the second line, we got Case Scott right there. He came in from Triple Edge. We love seeing okay, I can't even talk now. Need to finish my coffee here. We love seeing archers come in from other shops. We are all about supporting other shops. My daughter and I, we went over, and for her to practice, we went to X10 on Thursday because it was close to where we were. We were 10 minutes away. So it was a way to get in a quick practice. Case with the 6 there. I give Case a hard time because at the last outdoor tournament we were all at, he looks at my wedding ring, and I don't clean my jewelry that often. I'm not a big jewelry person to begin with. And that was a nice shot. He's got a 7 there. He looks at my wedding ring and goes, "Oh, that looks fake." Like, it's dirty. It's real, but it's dirty. Yeah, my mom cleans hers in a jar. Yep, I do too when I clean it. All right, that one's a 6. Making a little adjustment there. He's going to be an archer to watch in the years to come. Well, starting now. All right, my girl at full draw. Made some big adjustments this week. We're watching to see how that's going to turn out. Noah Hughes, one of our Texas Archery JOAD members. Phenomenal shooter right there. You can see he's got 2 7s and looks like 2 6s. Great family. Most of the time we've got Keith helping us, and Miss Regina's been one to help out too. All right, and he ends with a 6 over there on the right. She may have a 7 6 and 2 5s. So there's been some changes to her stance. There's been some changes to the draw length. There have been some changes to her upper body placement. That one might be a 7. She might have inched in there. I'm not sure. If not, it's a 6. She had a late night. She went with one of her archery friends because, she was with Nadia in the Prophets last night. The girls were here, did a great job in doing the live feed. And then they went to the Prophet's house, spent the night, then came back here this morning to shoot. They're going to be back up doing the live feed this afternoon. And then we'll see where they rank as to who's doing the live feed tomorrow and who is shooting and when everybody's shooting and when the live feed is going to be interesting. I'm one that I like to have a schedule. I like to have it all planned out. So like when we go on a trip, I want to know when we're stopping, where we're going to stop, where we're going to have lunch. I want to stop at every state line and take a picture, with the state sign. So welcome to Louisiana. I don't care that we've stopped there 10 times already. I'm going to do it again. Kids grow, right? It's a different picture each time. Well, when you're with Scott Booth and you're doing these live feeds, for podcasts, you might have a script, you might not. That's okay. I can talk. But then whenever you do a live feed, you might know, or you're doing a tournament with him, you might know when you're going to shoot. You might know later on. I don't know. You just kind of have to wing it and be flexible. All right, guys, they are scoring once more. We'll see how these scores come in. Here you go. One of Scott's favorite songs. All right, so you're seeing some of these scores come in. And if you look at the trad adults, they have not shot yet. They will start at 1 o'clock. We've got Lily's score that came in from last night. You're seeing some that do not have all of they have all of them in, so they shot last night. If you see a 0 out of 60, that means that they have not started shooting. In this group, you can see there's some that's like 25 out of 60. That's because that's how many they have shot so far. We're in the middle of their time right now. All right, we have Mr. McPherson right here. Nice young man. A little quiet. I can't seem to get him to talk much, but that's okay. That one is kind of hard to see because we just cannot see that ring that tells us 7, 6, or a 5. We can judge it a little bit. I'm really thinking that that one is a 5, but it could easily be a 6. That one would be a 4. It might have hit his other arrow and deflected it into a 4. Saw lots of movement with the arrows. See Ryan Booth right there. He is shooting again today. He's shooting in a different age group today. Last night he shot in the U21 division, so 20 years old or younger. Today he's shooting in the adult division. He didn't like that, even though he's got 1, 2, 3 sevens, a 6, and I'm not real sure about that middle. That middle's either going to be a 6 or a 5. We're so fortunate to be here at Texas Archery, where there are 1, 2, 3 ranges. So even though we are holding a tournament in the 3D range, we have moved all of the animals out and to where you can see all of the targets against the back wall. We have a 20-yard range on the other side of the store, and then right beside this one is a 50-yard range. So it's pretty nice to be able to come in and get several different distances. And indoor, whether it's hot or cold, the temperature's just right in here. And I keep saying that this gentleman here is a trad. He's shooting barebow today. We had 2 gentlemen shooting barebow today, but Jesse James could not make it this morning. Sad that he wasn't here.
want you here with me. Am I out of my mind? Or is this how it should be? You made me sing about love. So just tell me if I'm wrong. But it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Yeah! Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny when I just feel it time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. A little crazy for you.
All right, we are headed down to score once more. We will see if this changes anything as far as the rankings. Again, feel free to head on over to eyesonscore.com, click on the Texas Ringer under the tournament, and you can see all of the scores there. You can also make your archer a favorite. That way it would just pop up for that person. Looks like everyone has been updating their scores, so that's pretty good. We have one more in. Well, this should put us at the half right now as soon as their scores are updated. So Scott is talking to them right now. Since we are at the half, this is, again, similar to a sidewalk in the way that they are going to switch their targets. If they were shooting top target, they are going to now move their target to the bottom half of the bale. They will now shoot the bottom. And those who are shooting on the bottom will move their target to the top, and they will be shooting on the top. Someone told me last night that with all of the different rules and everything with this tournament, with the Michigan style tournament, that should have told them that they needed to change them diagonally. That would have really have thrown them for a loop. They tried to, kind of poke fun at me and tell me, just do it anyway. Just joke around with them. No. I mean, even though we like for these things to be fun, some of our archers are pretty serious. So had I told them that, they probably would have flipped out. Oh, my goodness. Lewis looks like he's lost. I think he's just waiting for his turn to change his target. Another thing, you'll take a look and you'll see these targets are not all in line. These target faces. Now, if this was a USA tournament, a lot of times we do make them much more uniform. We make them pretty. We make them all uniform. That bottom line looked pretty good. The archers that are moving to the bottom have it going on. They know what to do. All right. They may get a 5-minute break. They may not have a 5-minute break. Last night, it was a no that we were not going to have a break. However, some were like, hey, we got to go to the bathroom. Oh, I guess that's probably the number 2 thing with, pardon the pun, with Texas archery is that the bathrooms are very nice, but they are on the other side of the store. So this area, which is where we have a lot of the tournaments, is on one side, and then the bathrooms are on the other side. It's just like when you go to Academy, you walk in and the bathrooms are on one spot, but you're always going to be shopping on the other side of the store. It's just kind of the way things go, and you just need to kind of plan it out. No big deal. All right. 10:30 is what I'm hearing, so they have about a 10-minute break. So let's look at some of these scores here.
I was so confused when I was in third, but it's because they have double switch. Wait, do I have to shoot
twice? Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Even in my wildest dreams, even in my wildest dreams. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah.
No one above me. They can't really say anything.
How's your arm?
Good. Do I have to shoot twice or just once?
Once, unless you want to shoot and try to get a higher score. Only the highest score is going to be taken.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that. I'm getting pink strings too. Maybe not pink strings, but I saw Jordan. I haven't seen her in so long.
Did you ask him what color he ordered you?
Huh?
Did you ask what color string?
Maybe I'm crazy, trying to fight it. Always been patient, now I can't wait no more. You're holding it back so long. Telephone calling, what can I say? It's all an illusion, and I'm better off this way. I'm running from
All right, everybody. We are coming back from the break. Everyone should have gotten a drink. Everyone should have gone to the restroom. Scott is reminding our archers that if they shot on the top before, they are now bottom shooters and they will shoot first. Last night, he told the archers twice, not once, but twice. And I kid you not, they shot the wrong target. And they come back, you should have told us. It was like little kids. I was able to go, yes, he did. Yeah. So Scott was trying to tell me that we were back on, but I already started. So here we are. We've got 3 youth archers right there. All 3 from Texas Archery. We have Noah Hughes on the left with his Hoyt. Then we have Peyton Smith with her Hoyt. Then we have Julia Cook with her Hoyt. 3 Hoyt archers right there. That shot right there is clearly a 7. I believe that was Peyton's. She's going to let down. She does not like that. She didn't like the way it felt. I would have given it a little bit more time before I came back into full draw. But I'm not down there shooting, am I? Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be a 5. Did catch that line. It is mostly in the blue, but again, you only have to touch that line. And if the way it looks is that it even bent or broke that line. So that will score as a 5. That's another 5, so she's got a 7.55 right there. These kiddos are serious about what they do. What is the slogan? Get serious, get Hoyt. That's not really why they got Hoyts, but y'all, I need to see my hairdresser. Oh, I noticed that yesterday. All right, Noah looks like he's got a 7.665 maybe, depending on how close to the lines he is down there. And Case, that is a typical Case look right there. Case has his, I thought I saw Dad down here too. I know Dad was here last night. Mom's here today for sure. Poor Mom. I had to ask her who she was today. I don't see much of Mom. Looks like Case has 7.7776. That will help his scores. Maybe he likes shooting the bottom more than the top. Julia's got 2 7s. Maybe a 6.55. That top right one is kind of at an angle. I can't tell if it caught that line or not. Looks like she snagged my binoculars. But what's pretty nice is that with... Oh, no, she had Peyton's. I don't know where Julie's binoculars are. She has her own. All right, we're catching a glimpse of Matthew again. That first shot was a 5. He's at full draw. And for those of you who are family members that may not know what full draw, you probably have that understanding now. That arrow looks like a 6. But whenever the archers draw back on their string and they draw all the way back, that's what we call full draw. And they hold it there for just a few moments. Looks like Mr. Brewer there, our firefighter there. He has 666. The devil's score. Oh, and another 6. He is just missing that center. And that Siwat shoot that we've been talking about, that would be 4 X's that he's looking at right there, most likely anyway. That'd be a pretty good score. But for this tournament, it drops the score. That one there looks like it might have a little bit around the arrow, so that one might have scored him a 7. If not, that's going to be another 6. I tell you what, we have got all different kinds of people who shoot. You know, last night we had a lawyer. We had a frisbee throwing world record holder, a retired crime scene. I think was an investigator. We've got someone who ran cross country. You know, my favorite person though, I didn't even get to see who it was. We had somebody who put down that they love Mexican food. Yes, 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 that is my kind of person. All right, folks, they are down there scoring. Oh, looking there with that Matthew score. That last shot was awesome. All of his shots are good. Even his bad shot is not a bad shot. We'll come back and see how they did.
Let's make a run together. I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever. I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
What you're seeing right there is the archers called Scott down to make a judging call. That arrow, obviously they can't tell if it was a 7 or a 6. And so they were, either 1 or 2 thought it was one way and somebody thought it was another way. So they needed a judge, and Scott and I are USA Archery judges. So Scott went down to make that call. I don't know what that call was, But that's what was going on in USA Archery. So even for this tournament, we're trying to do the same thing where we give it 2 looks. So we look from 2 different angles. So if you saw he went to the right side of the arrow first, looked at it, then he went to the left side and looked at it. So that way you get 2 different views and you make your call. Most of the time, you're pretty much making it from the first look, but you still do the second look just to make sure. All right, scores are in. And so now we are going to start I believe we're on the 8th end at this point. There you go, seeing some of our compound youth archers there. These guys are shooting U15, all 3 of these. Noah with a 7. All right, Noah's back at full draw, letting that bow settle. Another 7 for Noah. Again, 7 is the highest that you can score on this target. Archers today are shooting for those top 8 spots. The top 8 will move on to shoot up tomorrow. Noah just had another 7. Here's Case. Case shot last night. He's shooting again today. Only his top score will move him forward. Case has a 6-5, and they may call on that one again. The one that's in the center is either going to be a 7 or a 6. He's at full draw. That one is most definitely a 7. There will be no judging call on that bottom left one. Case at full draw, letting the bow settle. That one's going to be a 6 or a 5, depending on if it caught that line. All right, it is time to score again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Second. Our top line shooters are up. Got Dakota right here. His Hoyt Invicta. What I call slime green. And that is a 7. You can tell he likes that center target. It's got one big hole right there. He's at full draw. Another 7 for Dakota. Now we will have a break about lunchtime, probably about 12 o'clock, almost straight up noon. From noon to 1. About noon, our second line for the day will be coming in, probably practicing and warming up before their 2 official practices begin around 1. And Dakota hit that same black hole with another 7. There's Hudson right there. It looks like someone may have shot the wrong target there. You see Hudson's target. Yeah, it is Hudson's target. He has 4 of his arrows in there, and then there is one that looks nothing like the rest of them. Now Hudson has 5. We are shooting 5 arrows in one end. Nice look at Matthews right there. Looks like a 6, 6, 5, 6, 7. All right, I believe we are getting ready to score. We had Nadia, she is still on the line. Perfectly okay. Still has over a minute to go. We encourage archers to take their time. Slow your shot process down. Some get nervous whenever they are up on the line by themselves. My daughter, she seems to do better, and evidently that was a good shot for Nadia. I have seen Nadia shoot under pressure, and she seems to thrive under pressure. If you've seen her in some of the 3D shoots that we've done, or not even 3D shoots, but some of the tournaments that we've had here, and she just knocks it out. All right, so here we go into scoring again.
10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I'ma cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up.
Here we are once more. See Mr. Ellis here, right beside Lewis. Getting a good look at our targets there. All right, nice for Lewis, starting off with a 7. Coming in to full draw for his second shot. Looks like another 7. We do have boys and girls competing against each other in this tournament. They are all grouped together. They're grouped together by bow class and by age. Most tournaments that we do, boys shoot and score. Well, they shoot all together, but their scores are kept separate. That is not the case this weekend. Ellie Booth. She just came into the recurve scene not too long ago. Four, 4, 4, 3, 3. That top one might be a 4. Now last night and again this afternoon, it will be run by the youth here at Texas Archery. This is Raising an Archer. We are trying to get our youth involved in every form and fashion. So, you know, we started out, Scott and I started out doing these live feeds. He actually started out, and then it's been just about a year ago since he brought me into this, and now we are bringing youth into this. I think they did a phenomenal job last night. They didn't seem nervous at all. They seemed very comfortable. The young ladies that we have behind the scene here with us that are controlling the cameras and the screens and everything, excellent job. Just couldn't be more proud of everyone here. John Michael down on the clock. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So our youth not only shoot, but they know what goes into it behind the scenes, and they are not afraid to get involved. Matter of fact, my daughter is wanting to go into sports broadcasting. She is in an AV class at school, at her high school. So she's trying to tie it all together. Here we have Matthew Parmenter again. Looky there with that 7. Nice shot. It's a clean shot. It's not touching the line. He's looking to repeat that. He's wanting to be a robot where, you know, a robot can just, or a machine can just put out the same product time after time after time. So when you determine what makes that 7 or that X, this target does not have an X, but most, and he is not liking that one. That one was a 4. He's shaking his head no. Need him to just shake it off. All right. Let's see what we're looking at here is a 5, 6, 5. Oh, and a 7. Nice. Got that shot to go in the middle there. One shot left on this target. Taking a deep breath, getting his thoughts together, thinking about, like I said earlier, visualizing what they are going to do. He's at full draw. Nice. 7. Now, a lot of times you'll see the archers just standing on the line. What are they doing? It's called line etiquette. If someone in front of them or behind them are at full draw, so like Nadia is on the line right now, she's at full draw. If the person behind her was already done shooting, which you see he just came up to full draw. But if one of them gets done before the other, they're going to wait to walk off the line. So that way they do not disturb the other. And that is called line etiquette. All right, that right there is a 7, 5. That center one might be a 4. Then we also have a 6, and then that bottom right was a 7. Nadia's at full draw. There she is right there. That's a nice looking target there. Looks like that top one might be a 6, but all the rest are 7s. We've got Matthew was still on the line. He likes that shot. What was target 1? Can we zoom in on target 1 and see what that was? It was a 6. All right, 6, 6, 6, 7, 4.
Took a bite, and now I'm filled up. I don't know where you are tonight. 'Cause you're right, I've been starving and now I don't know what to do tonight. But I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like when your body Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide. Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide. Walking home late at night, maybe 2:30. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love. Tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
All right, guys, I am back. It was, I was having to fight some fires. Windy did good, just kind of keeping things going. And so we are, we have, this is the 10th end, so that means after this end, we will have 2 left. We have, let's see. Right now we've got Ryan at full draw, and it looks like that is his target. Pretty cool. We went ahead and did picture-in-picture so people can kind of see the archer shooting, and you get to see the target at the same time, which is really cool. And those arrows are moving fast for Ryan at almost 33-inch draw, which you're not going to see a lot of people with a 33-inch draw. Those arrows are moving out. Fun fact is that for every inch of draw length, you get 10 feet. Basically, it's just a rough math, but you get 10 feet per second faster. So if the average archer is 29 inches, so he's roughly shooting about 40 feet per second faster at the same weight as somebody that's shooting 29. You see that there's a little bit of movement to that camera. We saw that last night. We didn't see any of that with 3D. It's because we didn't realize that when a target, we didn't realize, we didn't even think about it, that when somebody shoots, it hits the wall or hits the target, which then causes the wall to bounce a little bit. We mounted that camera up high away from everybody on the back wall. I did, some people gave me some advice to go ahead and figure out how to, put some dampening in there to try to keep that from happening in the future. So we'll be looking at that in the next couple weeks. Here's Nadia. Nadia's out of Louisiana. She was out of Louisiana. Now she is a Texan. They moved here about 6 weeks ago, right before, maybe 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. She moved down here right before school and joined our Texas Archery JOAD team and has been a great addition. Great kid, great archer. Look forward to seeing her at all the big tournaments here. She's going to be hitting a lot of them. She signed up here, SIWAT. She's an Aggie Invite, and she will be one of the broadcasters this afternoon again. Partly because we want youth to come and do this stuff. So we have a couple youth over here handling the cameras and the scenes, and they're doing a great job. Like, we are doing nothing other than Wendy and I. We just sit here and talk and look pretty, right? That's it.
Well, I don't know about that. Have you seen my hair? Oh, my word. Anyway, what are you doing, sitting here talking about the same things I've been talking about?
Probably. I am sure it's been much better conversation.
Oh, man. I was just downstairs, and Keith.
There's Chris.
He's holding up the wall there. That face did not look.
That is not a face.
Where is Keith?
Oh, there you go. That's a good face. Do you see Matthew shaking his head? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of his last shot was like that, too.
Oh, he did like that one.
Oh, Chris didn't like in his score.
All right. So we have two more ends. Let's see. My little one down there, Ellie, and this is her first kind of tournament. She shot a couple over the years, but this is their first one as Olympic recurve.
That's what I said that earlier too.
Yeah, so she's shooting first time with Olympic recurve. She's been shooting it for maybe about a month now.
Oh, it's only been a month.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I had said that, it hadn't been long at all, but a month.
Yeah. Let's go back to the scores real quick so that we can see what's going on. As they'll update here in a minute as everybody's entering. I'm sure Wendy has said this.
Talk?
I'm sure Wendy has said this, but if you go out there, if you go out there, you can go ahead and go to eyesonscore.com, go to Texas Archery, and then click on this tournament, and you are there.
Which is the Texas Ringer.
Which is called the Texas Ringer. And that's funny. So one thing I want to mention, so girls, go to target 7 for me while we're waiting for the scores to refresh. So see there, Peyton on the left. So she started with a 5 spot, and you can see how the arrow holes up in the left and right corner. See how spread out they are. So that was from the 5 spot.
She just flipped it over.
She decided to flip it over and go to a single spot because she's like, I can shoot way better with a single spot. There's a few reasons why we shoot better. Archers will shoot better on a single spot versus a 5 spot because, if everybody wants to move 5 spot because they don't want to tear up their arrows.
Right.
They think that, hey, if I can shoot really good on a single spot, why wouldn't I shoot well on a 5 spot? Well, there are micro movements that you're moving on a 5 spot when you shoot center. Let's just say you shoot center and then top left, top right. It's magnified with these younger kids because they have to aim higher than somebody that's shooting 60 pounds and shooting, a lot faster arrow. And if they move with their arms instead of their hips, they change that alignment with the peep, and then it causes them not to feel solid. It doesn't feel like they're shooting, it makes them feel like they're shooting really bad and they can't hold going to a single spot. And so she realized that she's like, I can shoot better with a single spot, and so she asked if she could go ahead and flip it over. This is a tournament that I put together, and you know what? I said, yes, you can do that.
My tournament, my rules.
That's right. That's right. My tournament, my rules. Heck yeah.
Oh, man.
So we are coming to the last 2 ends, so 10 more arrows, and we will be more than we are more than halfway done.
We are more than halfway done. Yes,
half the archers will be done scoring at the end of this. Mm-hmm. There's Larry Ellis. Larry spends a lot of time up here shooting. And has really struggled with some target panic, which is
here. What are we doing with our rear stabilizers?
So he put V-bars back there, and he was struggling with left and right.
All right.
And it did help him quite a bit once he added that he didn't have 2 matching stabilizers, so he figured out which one would work. He's trying to get more weight on the back of the bow without adding more physical weight. So if you put those stabilizers back there and lift them up.
Look at in the picture.
Yeah.
This one is up higher than that one.
And it depends on how
it
depends on how he wants it to feel.
Right.
You know? A lot of play with it. The other thing is,
and it may be the angle of the arrow, but it looks like it is pulling it and torquing it a little bit to the
left.
To his left, our right, his left.
One thing I look at when it comes to stabilizers, when you start messing with that up and down on the back, I'm still trying to keep the front of the stabilizer and the back of the stabilizers to be about 6 inches. How do I explain that? 6 inches.
Well, you're trying to do it with your hands.
Yeah, 6 inches lower than the front stabilizer, and that gives you that allows you to be able to play with the angles. If they're in line, then you're going to have mass movements.
How's that working on Ryan since he moved his stabilizer up to the highest point?
And then he lowered it.
Did he lower it to where?
Before it was
but I'm
low.
saying, how did you get 6 inches lower than the front stabilizer if it's already 3 or 4 inches?
Well, his is so long.
That's what I'm saying. How are you going to get 6 inches below?
Well, him, I don't mess with his. He does all his own stuff. So he does it how it feels, and then he goes with it.
Yeah.
So we are. Let's see how we're doing down there. I'm getting a thumbs up from Ellie. That's good.
Yay! I love that.
There's Manuela. She is new to the States. They started coming to Texas Archery a few months ago when they moved here to Houston.
From?
I don't remember.
When you say they're new to the States, you need to...
Brazil. Thank you.
All right.
See,
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline tells us Brazil, so they were from Brazil.
Wow. I caught an accent this morning, but I couldn't tell where from.
You couldn't tell if it was East Texas or not?
I didn't make them say 13.
That's right. So tell the story. That's a hilarious story.
Gosh.
Go ahead and tell that story.
So when I'm tired, I tend to have a country accent. I try to mask it for most of the time because I've heard my mom, hi Mom, who has a very thick accent when she's recorded. Country accent at that.
Yeah.
So went into Buc-ee's and we live in Angleton, so it's more country.
Yep.
Down there, and went into Buc-ee's and my daughter is, hey Mom, yeah, you must be tired. Are you tired? I'm like, why? She goes, because your accent's strong right now. And I'm checking out in front of this young cashier, female cashier, and she's like, so I can tell when my dad said that if you say 13 whenever you're, then you know if you're country or not, your accent. And then she looks at me and says, so do it. This strange cashier that I have never seen in my life looks at me and says, so let's hear it. I'm like, excuse me? And then I've got my daughter over here. Do it. I'm like, I'm looking at both of them. They're both looking at me. So I said 13. She goes, oh, yes, ma'am.
In your non-country as much as you can, right?
And she goes, oh, yeah, you're country. I was like, get our stuff. Let's go.
I'm out of here. I hate Buc-ee's now.
Never going back to that Buc-ee's. We have
story
3 in Angleton, and it's so funny.
She brought that story up on our podcast, and I don't know if she's mentioned, but Wendy and I do a podcast twice a month, and if it's all about youth archery and getting you into the sport, understanding
Raising
the tournaments, understanding the tournaments and all that stuff, and she brought that story up, and I could not stop laughing. That is so funny.
Yeah, you're
because
still
I do
laughing.
make fun. I do make fun of her accent.
Yes, you make fun of anything you can
That
on
is
me.
true. No, I am so
hey,
nice.
Hey, I have a joke for you.
Yes. What's your
What
joke?
is, because it's getting close to Halloween, right? Okay. So what monster is the best dancer?
The windy monster.
The boogie monster.
The boogie monster.
Boogie time, boogie
See,
down.
I just went to the windy monster.
I know, right? I won't.
You got to keep it clean. We're on live coverage here.
That's clean. I was just going to dog you some more, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Well, thanks everybody for joining. It looks like we have, man, there's about 13 of people out there watching right now. So that's
See, you didn't have that. I've got a screen up to my right that I can manipulate, but the one on to the left, I could not. So I couldn't see if anyone was commenting to where I could respond.
I could put that on that computer too. So
and how many times are you about going to hit me while we're sitting here? Twice now. Oh my gosh, Stonebreaker hit me in the back of the head last night on purpose. He did the whole thunk.
your hair flies forward.
It hurt. I was like, what?
What on earth?
I said something.
Look, your face is cut off.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well,
There you
because
go. I keep crowding you.
Yes.
But,
See what I was talking about my hair?
hey, we're down to the last two archers.
No.
Let's get on them. There we go.
Come on. Get
Nobody
off my
wants to
hair.
look at us, right?
Especially not my hair.
Just
He has been having fun, or at least he's been looking like he's been having fun. He's been joking around. He's been smiling.
who? This guy?
Yes.
What's his name?
He is on, and he is freestyle
He's on
adult.
5. So he would have started on 5A.
He is not 5A because that is Larry Ellis.
5.
Is that Travis Kelly?
That could be Travis. Yeah, I bet that's Travis.
Could be.
There's Nadia.
All right, Nadia's at full draw.
Oh.
What was that?
I don't know, but her face says it all. Like she's like, hey, it still looks like a good shot.
Oh, looks like a 6.
Looks like a 6.
6, 6, 6, 7,
All right,
6.
we've got one more end, 5 more arrows, and we are calling the 9 o'clock line done.
It looks like we're plugging Cheez-Its right there.
And if you need a snack this afternoon,
Miss Smith has a box of Cheez-Its.
just go, yeah. Miss Smith. We'll go to, just ask for Jessie. I heard Jessie has the Cheez-Its.
Right?
She's got multiple boxes. She's sharing with all.
I only see the one, but anyway.
She better go get some then. As I just said, there's Jason Brewer wearing one of our Texas archery, his Brewer Texas archery shooter shirts.
Oh.
He's got all his sponsors on there. There's Larry Ellis's head. Buck Wild. So Buck Wild is a group that meets up here once a month. Bunch of bow hunters that come up, meet up here, shoot for competition. Really good group of guys.
Yes,
they have a lot of fun shooting, which is what it's all
Where
about.
are they this weekend?
I don't know. There's
Being
a few
a
of
fun
them.
shoot? I kind of thought they would have.
Several of them showed up for the 3D shoot a couple weeks ago.
Where's John Etzel?
Uh,
John, where are you?
Yeah, where are you, John? You should have signed up.
I mean, he's here for everything.
Well, he just bought a house.
Well,
and that's
there
been
you
keeping
go.
him pretty busy. Look at her. Look at that. That target's so much tighter with the single spot.
Nice, tight group.
You can tell she's shooting much better with that. Pull up Peyton's score for me real quick.
Yeah, I was refreshing since she already pulled her arrows. That
see.
means that she has already turned in her score. There we are.
So go ahead and click on her name. Scroll for me.
I keep wanting to touch it like it's a touch screen.
Yeah, you can see. So she it was number 7.
Yeah, she went from 25 and 6 to 30 on
30,
7.
31,
then
31,
yep.
31, and the last one, 28.
28.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
She
And
had
that could have
7,
been a
6,
deflection.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look. I didn't see it. But
Definitely could be a deflection.
Yeah.
She's going to give up less. Even though she may deflect and drop a point or two, she's going to shoot stronger.
And meaning with that deflection, what I was talking about earlier is that if an arrow is shot and it hits one that's already been shot and it moves off into a lower score.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about with the deflection.
All right, scroll up for me. Let's see how Dakota's shooting. I know Dakota's been putting up some really good scores. All right, so Dakota's at 380. Click on his. He's shooting really well. So he's dropped, what, 5 points so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 11. Oh, he lost 2 points in 9, which that was just 2 sixes. So
yeah. Really good score. Looks like Ryan and him are both on track. Well, he definitely is going to shoot over 400. Ryan looks like he's on track for 400. That's kind of I feel like when I was talking to everybody, that's kind of the goal. Everybody wants to shoot that 400. Ryan shot yesterday for young adult, and today he's shooting for adults.
Right. He did hit that 400 yesterday with a 401.
So he was the only one that shot it yesterday, so he was the first to get the 400. Today it looks like we'll have a couple more that will hit that 400. It's good. There, see, look at the angle on that one. You can actually see it. I guess it must be the lighting right on those targets on the left
what
side.
we're talking about is that thin blue line in the middle of that target. So you can see there's the white, there's a thin blue line. That line does signify the difference between a 7, 6, or a 5. You hit that line, it's a 6.
Yeah.
Outside the line is a 5. Inside the line is a 7 if you don't touch the line.
What do you think? What happened there? Something happened. Her release.
She shot the arrow, but the arrow's way down there.
Yeah, I heard it hit the ground. I don't know what happened on that one.
It's a shot arrow. They're asking.
It is a shot arrow. Yeah, it is a shot arrow. Let me go down there real quick.
Yeah, because Dakota's trying to tell her. I don't know if they. So, in other words, if she shoots another arrow, it would be counted as a miss. Her highest scoring arrow would be a miss. If you look down there, you can see there is a yellow line. It's about 3 meters in front of the archers, and whenever the arrow passes that line, then it is a shot arrow. So her arrow landed down near the target, most definitely did cross that yellow line. It looks like it broke the arrow. I'm not real sure. I can't really tell from up here. So I don't know if she might have Robin Hood or if she hit the wood. We'll have to wait and see. Julia's got a 7.665 so far. Looks like she must have Robin Hood because I see fist bumps going on. And Julia ends with another 5. You can see it on her face. She's scrunched up her lips. All right, so here we go with the next end. Or not the next end. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get tired. Woo, can't get tired now. We've got another line this afternoon. Then we've got the shoot up. That's probably going to take all day tomorrow. And even before we get to that, we have the traditional archers who are going to shoot their shoot up this evening after the 1 o'clock line. Full day of fun, guys, today and tomorrow. Hudson has a 4 right there.
All right, check this out. So I just found out. No, not to the arrow. Go to the target. That blue target. Zoom in. So she Robin Hooded the arrow that's in the 7, and it bounced out. So what does that mean? It means that you'll count that one that bounced out if you can prove that it Robin Hooded it.
That's what I was going to say. If there's evidence.
Yep, it will be a 7.
Right. Or
So
in
everybody's
this
panicking
point,
down there.
whichever arrow, whatever score that you can see the evidence,
Yes.
that's where it would count. So even if she had shot a 4 and Robin hit the 4, it would still count as another 4.
Yes.
If it indeed is a 7 and Robin hit the 7, it will count as a 7.
Like I told them, I went down there. I was like, it sounded like we didn't see what happened.
Yeah.
Like, all we saw was heard, and we hear ding ding ding, like
We hear it on the concrete.
like it literally slid up there. I
Right.
go down there. I was like, what happened? The dad's like, I don't know. I was like, did it hit the floor first? And he's like, I don't think so. I'm like, what? We walked down there. There's like, and we knew something was up because everybody's over there. They're all smiling. And
Well,
was like,
I kind of figured that it was a good thing whenever I saw fist bumps. So
yes, yes. It's
a
because
fist bump only good, can't be bad.
yeah, because they Robin Hooded it. So I got to tell you, I'm digging the picture-in-picture.
I
That
am
works
too.
really
I
well.
really like that. And the girls over here, they've got it to where it's the archer and their target.
Yeah.
So that is really cool.
And just so you know, that's not something easy to do. So they're having to manage multiple cameras to do that. So they're trying to transition.
And they programmed it all.
They did.
That's what I think is amazing.
So
All
we
right.
can kind of see
Matthew
who's shooting.
here
Yep, that's Matthew
with
Parmenter.
2 7s, a 6, and a 5.
And he is such a good shooter, isn't
Yes, he is. That's what I was saying. He shoots on a national level, competes on a national level.
And wins at a national
Yes.
level. Oh,
He's-
that
yep,
one.
see?
That one didn't feel good.
Those are my words. Oh my gosh, I've been saying that.
Good. We always go, good shot, good shot. So the question is if you're in alone in a range.
I swear he just said good shot. We're going to have to ask him what he said.
Yeah, if you're alone in a range and you let down, was it a good shot?
Yeah.
This is the it's the last.
It's a 5.
So this will be the last shot, Nadia, for the 9 a.m. line. All right, she's got plenty of time.
Yep. And like I was mentioning with the line etiquette, Mr. Kelly is standing there waiting while she
Yep.
is at full draw.
How sweet that is, that camera scene there. The girls are doing amazing. That was a great job, great transition, good shot, 6.
7, 7, 5, 6, and I'm not sure about that middle one. It's a 6 or a 7.
Yep.
All right, folks, this is the last score to be put in, and then we will be done with this one.
Yes, we will.
All right, Scott, who is going to be taking up scores?
You and I. So we will.
Oh,
we will
okay.
end
Well,
this.
then we will conclude.
Once we see the scores. Once we see some of the scores get entered, you and I
right.
will go down there, and here we
Do
go.
our archery friends know the procedure that they need to come as a team and that they
I'll need to
to
mention it
okay.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and head down there.
All right.
Right here. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm going to hop down there and tell everybody the procedure for scoring. And this afternoon, you'll get to hear from Nadia and Julia.
Did you need to look for evidence? John Michael's down there trying to look for evidence.
I'll walk down there right now.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, what did you say? Oh, she's got it? Yeah. Ah!
All right, so they're looking to see, and what we talk about is evidence. What can you see that shows that that arrow did shoot into another arrow? Is there a broken knock? Is there part of an arrow stuck in the other arrow? Is there anything that has kind of flowered because it was shot into the other arrow? Anything like that? Is any part of the arrow peeling off? How can you tell that it was shot into another arrow? That's what we're talking about when we say the evidence. Looks like Scott got called in for some arrow calls while he was down there. See, I'm checking to see if all of our scores are in. Okay. We've got one or two who have not come in. So this has been fun. It's been fun watching everyone. All right. So I'm going to head on down so I can start catching scores. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.